So goddamn, we was hit last night. Wouldn't you rather get along? Wouldn't you rather get along? You was coughing when you hit my way. Two years ago, I was living in Spain teaching English. And right around this time in 2023, I was preparing to move back to the United States. But I also had this big, intimidating task in front of me. And that was my desire to start making money online. And more specifically, I had fears around online business, sales, cold calling. If we want to get really specific, cold calling. That over the years prior, it was always something that poked at me as something that I was supposed to do. So in June 2023, I moved back to the United States and I went full focus mode and then got started in digital marketing. And since then, I've moved into one-to-one coaching for entrepreneurs and sales pros. And this venture was really about facing my fears at a deep level. There was that thing poking at me, those fears that kept returning around sales, cold calling, and they kept returning to me time and time again. And I needed to commit. I needed to commit to something indefinitely. So it was time. It was time and there was no escaping it. And I tell you this because I know there's something that keeps poking at you. There's something that keeps poking at you. And by the end of this video, you will feel different. You will feel an internal change by the end of this video because we're digging into stuff here that we don't like talking about and we avoid it. And you avoiding it only makes it worse. And by you fearing the thing, by you fearing the big thing, you feed the thing. So it becomes just a matter of time before you actually need to confront it. It either becomes this big behemoth thing that you end up dying with, or you face it right now and you realize that, oh yeah, it's just something I made up in my mind and that I'm going to survive. I'm going to be okay. And in confronting it, you realize that not only are you going to survive and be okay, you're going to be more than okay. Like, by overcoming it, you find out that you are more than okay. You're the best you've felt in your entire life by confronting the big fear. So you need to face that thing now. Because that's where the biggest changes happen. So whether it's cold calling, like mine was, I had to commit to it indefinitely. I did it for 103 days in a row. I marked it down every day. And it was uncomfortable. Whether it's cold calling, whether it's investing in a coach, that was another one for me. Starting an online business, making money online, posting videos on social media, public speaking, that's a big one. Being more authentic online, that's an interesting one to see. Being more authentic online, you fear to be more authentic on social media because people might make fun of you, people might hate on you, people might say you're ugly. You might disqualify yourself from a job that you don't actually want. That's one that I saw within myself. If I be more authentic online, someone will not accept me. It's when you take the first big step with that thing that the universe, life, the world takes the next step for you. Don't ask me exactly how that works, okay? But when you experience that dance, that yin and yang, that back and forth, that push and pull, you feel the universe confiding in you in some sort of way. It's only a matter of time when you take that big step that the universe throws you a bone. Like, good work. Like, yeah, good work. To feel this back and forth, you can think of the world as a mirror. And the world is a mirror with the relationship you have with yourself. The healthier your relationship with yourself, the healthier your external world. So if you're always avoiding this fear and deceiving yourself, how does a deceitful relationship end up? That's the question. How does a deceitful relationship end up? And that's pretty clear. It turns into this big behemoth that needs to be resolved. That is just keeps building on itself. Dishonest, non-confrontational, avoidance. Right? You're lying to yourself about something that needs to be done. And the most useful question to understand this relationship with yourself is this. What do you believe to be true about yourself? And there's some depth in that question. What do you actually believe to be true about yourself? And how do you change? How do you change that? How do you change your beliefs about yourself? How do you change the beliefs about yourself? Because here's one of the biggest slaps in the face that I've come across for myself over the past couple years of getting into this work at a deeper level. I can literally write down on a piece of paper a new belief that I am something. I am a certain way, right? I can repeat it to myself over and over and over and over again. I can practice that new belief. I can feel it. I can know it. I can build on it about who I believe myself to be. All the while, through programming that new belief into me and through persisting through those growing pains, the world around me slowly shifts to fit that new version of me. So there's some really important stuff there to write down. And I would encourage you to rewind that and listen again. So when you start making these changes, programming these new beliefs, building on that relationship with yourself, you start uprooting those fears, right? Confronting the big fear. The reflection in your external world about who you now believe yourself to be, that more capable feeling that you feel, that more fearless version of you, it takes a little time for that to reflect in your external world. It's a bit delayed. Seeing it reflect externally and having the universe throw you that bone saying, good job, confirming, that lags behind a little bit, okay? So it's about programming your subconscious mind and letting the subconscious mind do its work. You got to persist with it a little bit. And the tragedy lies in not giving it enough time, simply not giving it enough time. As the results there are exponential. You're going to start practicing something, you're going to start building on the relationship with yourself, you're going to start digging into fears, and it's an exponential thing. So what that means, in the beginning, you don't feel shit for a while. But then all of a sudden, it's exponential. It's not linear. And what I'm about to say here won't exactly get me any sales, right? For my one-to-one work. But hey, you can book in a call down below. You can contact me on socials, okay? This won't exactly get me any sales, but if you are the person who is persisting, if you are the person who's facing your fears, investing in yourself, building on the relationship with yourself, then maybe you just haven't given it enough time. This is something that I needed to hear too. Maybe you're just not giving it enough time. Keep persisting with it. All you need to see is the first reflection in your external world, confirming like, yeah, okay, interesting. All you need is the first little movement in your mind thinking, maybe I am that person. You need to feel that little bit. And that's all you need. All you need is to experience that lag and how that works. And the bigger the leap you take for yourself, the more drastic of a reflection you will see in your external world. The bigger the internal change, the bigger the external change. And that is why playing with your fears can cause the biggest external result. That's why digging into those fears can cause the biggest external change. If you're an entrepreneur or working in sales and you're interested more in my one-to-one work, you can find more information in the description below. But man, we covered a lot in this video. We dug deep into some stuff, and if you watch this whole video, I know that there are certain things that are circulating in your head, are certain feelings that you weren't feeling before watching this. Okay? So, appreciate you. We will talk soon.